About 40 miles from USF's campus, in a sleepy Mulberry town better known for its phosphate mining industry, you'll find a man who once was a dominant vocal presence on the basketball court. Now he rocks away quietly while recovering from a stroke that robbed him of his speech. His name is Arthur Jones. In 1970, Mulberry High School legend Arthur Jones became USF's first black student athlete when he joined the fledgling men's basketball program. He was the first person in his family to attend college.
I cried a little bit about it because it was real touching to me for him to do that. But they say they had been looking at him all the time anyway.
Arthur Jones never considered himself a pioneer, but at 6'4" and 220 pounds, he provided a sturdy foundation. You can still find his name in USF's record books.
I've never played with or against anyone that was a better athlete than Arthur Jones. He was a consummate team player, never let anything get to him, always played with heart. If you were going to want a teammate, he was the one you would want to have.
Arthur Jones made a lot of history at USF. He was on the inaugural team and ushered in the program's debut. The old newspaper clippings feature him as the team's leading scorer as a junior and the two-time top rebounder. In 1974, he hit the buzzer-beating shot to beat Florida State. After USF, Arthur Jones became a coach in his hometown. Now, fast forward nearly 5 decades later. In 2018, Arthur Jones suffered a stroke that put him in the hospital and nearly killed him. But not even a stroke could stop a man like him.
So he got from the wheelchair to the walker, and he was taking steps with the walker. We would have to walk with him, and then he got tired of that walker, he got a cane, and he didn't walk with the cane for long at all before he threw it down, and he just went on his own.
After months of rehabilitation, Arthur Jones was still robbed of his speech. The hands that were once a force on the boards are now utilized for another set of skills, to communicate.
Yeah.
Well, he's the strongest person I know, and he's had his issues along the way. When I found out he had a stroke, his mother called me. I was heartbroken when I found out that his speech was affected. It just tore me apart.
Now, if he ever got his speech back, I wish it was now, so he could tell his own story, so he could put it, in his own words instead of me trying to interpret for him. He could say how he really feels and interpret his own story. But
the latest chapter of the Arthur Jones story was a happy one. Nearly a half century after his last USF game, he came full circle and returned to the Yuengling Center on February 1st. So much had changed since his last days on campus. He got to witness all the modern amenities and the trappings of being a student athlete in 2023. Who was Arthur Jones? Where had he been? A new generation of USF basketball players might have had those questions, but now they could reach out and touch him, shake his hand, and learn about his legacy, as USF's history came to life before their very eyes.
There's been some great, important days in South Florida basketball, but nothing more important than today. And we are honored to have you back as our guest. We're humbled to be able to celebrate your great career here. But as we talk as a program and talk about leaving a legacy and making a positive impact, there may have been more players that have scored more points or got more rebounds, even though Arthur promised if he played tonight, he'd get us 10 tonight. He'd get us 10. No one has made a greater impact or left a bigger legacy or blazed a trail like you have in our program.
And so it was on February 1st, 2023, the opening day of Black History Month, the story of Arthur Jones was finally shown to the masses. The Yuengling Center crowd responded with a standing ovation, and the emotions flowed freely. It was a true full circle moment. Then, in an almost perfect touch, it was revealed that the night was actually the birthday of Arthur Jones and his mother. When the USF Rumble Pep Band played Happy Birthday to You, it seemed like the soundtrack for a job well done. A lifetime after Arthur Jones became a basketball star and made history as USF's first black student athlete, he was finally home.